Today was a deadline for legal briefs to be filed by the government in defense of Trump's travel ban to certain countries. And of course, that was going to be done today. Either way, it looks like this case is going to go before the Supreme Court, win or lose. Now, we've had a lot of national security advisors and foreign policy officials, State Department officials who have now weighed on this. We also have 100 tech companies that have weighed in on the so-called Trump travel ban. And let me just say this. For all the people who are so upset and calling this a Muslim ban, saying that you're banning Muslims, were they ever concerned about the fact that Obama was bombing Muslims? Are they calling for the bombing of Muslims to stop in these 7 countries? Understand that in all 7 of these countries, as we will see, we have not only bombings going on, but troops being put there, with the possible exception of Iran. And of course, things are heating up there as well. But in all the other 6 countries, we do have American forces on the ground, and there are bombing campaigns that are being carried on by us or directly or by our surrogates. Why isn't the left, who is so concerned about humanity and humanitarian causes, why are they not calling for the bombing to be stopped? Why are they only concerned about the fact that people are coming into this country? Now we see, as we see Madeleine Albright, Condoleezza Rice, former CIA directors, Michael Hayden, Michael Morrell, understand that these people are all on the same side. Condoleezza Rice was with Bush, Madeleine Albright was with the Clintons, and yet they're all part of the globalist establishment, the perpetual war establishment. That's what we see. They are opposing Donald Trump on this travel ban. They want to use this as an excuse to bring people in this country. We first see tech leaders have put together nearly 100 companies in a legal brief, have filed a sympathetic brief here in this argument going before the court. They said that it inflicts significant harm on American business. And I have to ask them, really, why would that be? Because these are the companies, these tech companies that want to use H-1B visas. They want to bring people in and use them to replace American engineers at half the price or less. This is also something we've seen from Disney, using a variant of that to bring people in and tell the American workers, you're going to have to train your replacements from a foreign country or you won't get any severance pay. That is the next shoe that is going to fall from Donald Trump, and that's what they're talking about. That's the only harm to American business, but it's not really a harm to American business. It's a harm to multinational corporations. And I have to ask these technology companies, are Somalia and Libya high-tech centers? Really? Do we have to get state-of-the-art engineers from those areas? I don't think there are any state-of-the-art engineers in those areas. They aren't in Iran, Iraq, Sudan, Syria, or Yemen either. Those are not places that you go to get tech geniuses like Albert Einstein or what to replace American engineers, because you can't find anybody that has that level of knowledge, training, sophistication, whatever in America. No, that's not the case. They're simply trying to replace labor and do it cheaply. And then they come in and they say multinational companies, this is what the Silicon Valley companies say. They say multinational companies will have a strong incentive to base operations outside the United States or to move or hire employees and to make investments abroad. Are you kidding me? They've been doing this all along. That's why we have this situation. Meanwhile, we've got Kerry Panetta, we've got Madeleine Albright, we have Condoleezza Rice, all of them saying this is going to endanger troops in the field. And that gets back to what I just said, in the sense that in all of these countries, with the possible exception of Iran, we don't know if there's troops in Iran or not, but we do know that they have put troops in Libya, Syria, Somalia, Sudan, Iraq, and Yemen. And again, why is it more of a danger to the troops to say that we're not going to allow people that we say, these are countries we say they're dangerous enough, there's enough terrorism or whatever going on there, whether that's true or not, we say they're dangerous enough that we have to send bombs, we have to send troops, but we cannot vet the people who are coming into this country. And the fact that people cannot immigrate into this country is supposed to be more of an irritant to people in that country than if we drop bombs on their weddings? I don't think so. Meanwhile, we have the anti-Trump protesters are blocking ambulances that are trying to rush people to the hospital. This is something that we knew was coming. I reported on this, and actually I put a poll up on my Twitter account back on January the 20th saying laws have been introduced in multiple states to fine protesters blocking the roads or to remove penalties for accidental hitting of protesters when they block the road. Do you agree? And 87% of the people said, yes, they do agree, essentially. And now we have seen an actual case of that, not a theoretical situation. We've now seen an actual case where anti-Trump protesters blocking the road blocked an ambulance that was trying to get somebody to the hospital. See, that is not a protest. It is not a demonstration. That is a violence, a riot. It is an infliction on other people's rights, and it is not free speech. We need to distinguish between those two things.
In case you haven't heard, InfoWars has become the most influential media outlet in America. We're making freedom go viral. And now we are proud to announce a new weapon in the epic battle against the globalists. InfoWars Prime, where you can watch live high-definition feeds of The Alex Jones Show, plus exclusive insider videos from the InfoWars crew and behind-the-scenes action. Go to Infowars.com/app and download today. InfoWars Prime is available right now for your iPhone or Android. You will have access to exclusive videos that you can't see anywhere else. And that means live coverage of events and breaking news on location as it happens. You can also take advantage of amazing deals from the InfoWars store that are only available for InfoWars Prime subscribers. That's InfoWars Prime at Infowars.com/app. If you can hear my voice, you are the resistance.